Hello, everybody. It's D.
Thank you.
And Kiana.
I'm in between Key and Key, y'all. So I can't say just okay and Key. It'd be like, which one? Which one?
Yeah.
So, yeah, we're going to ask everybody, if you would, to go ahead and like and share the post, share, because this is information that we definitely need to get out to everyone. And yeah, so what we're about to do now is I'm going to um, let tell you all about our sponsors, and then we will go straight on in and allow Miss Keonia to talk about her book. I have
Epilepsy.
Yeah, I know you all see. Yeah, that's it. That's it right there, you all. And so we're gonna get a little bit more information about not only the book, the disease, but we're gonna talk a little bit about nutrition in addition to everything else. So what I'm gonna do is, like I said, first thing is I'm gonna go into our sponsors real quick, and that is the first one we're gonna hit today is gonna be Fetishized Confection, and they are a phenomenal organization company that deals with specialty cupcakes, candy, little hot cakes, you name it. If you can think of, yeah, if you can think about it, she can make it. The next thing that we're going to cover is next company, not thing, is going to be our Indiana People of Color Social Club. They um, cover all things that deal with the whole person, but they are very intentional with including the those that are a part of the LGBTQI community, and that is because of the suicide rate. We all know that sometimes all a person needs to know is that somebody sees them as a human and not their life choices. Because, honey, I'm glad I did all my stupid stuff pre social media. That's all I'm going to say. The last is going to be Not So Vanilla Weddings, and they do both traditional and commitment ceremonies. So hit them up, check them out. If your brain can come up with it, they do have a licensed officiant for the for those of you that are looking for traditional, legally binding wedding. So moving right along, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna back it up a little bit, and I'm going to allow Kenyatta today is going to be a day that I have to call your actual name.
Oh my gosh.
I got to use your government name.
My government name.
Where we're going to have to, I'm going to allow you to introduce our guest.
Y'all, when they talk about your cousin being your first best friend, so not only was she one of my very first best friends, but when I just said that she is just a phenomenal person. To just go and to just be able to just share her knowledge, her gifts. Um, and because of what it is a gift. It is the way that she's able to communicate with all of us, the way that she's able to share. Um, it's a gift. It's a gift, and it's she is a gift, and just a wonderful person. And I'm so happy you're here. Like, okay, y'all, I'm gonna tell y'all. Y'all know this is the one that cries. So when I tell y'all, we're sitting up going, I'm not gonna mess up my makeup. I'm not gonna mess up my makeup, and I'm just like, oh, my makeup's go. But I just, this is, and I'm so happy.
Thank
It's been
you.
so long.
Thank you. Yes.
So,
Well, my name is Kiana Cox, and um, first and foremost, I attended Colorado High School in Indiana, and I also attended Indiana State University, and I majored in elementary education. And after leaving college and for a while, and gaining my weight when I was in college, um, I decided to go back to school and become a certified dietary manager, certified food protection professional. I'm also certified with it, and I also have a community research.
And so the book.
So, my parents technically found out about 7 years old, trying to stand that I had epilepsy, and I was young. I didn't know, what it was or anything like that. So I had my first grandma teacher when I was 13 years old, and my sister underneath me found me in the laundry room, and she started screaming, Mom, Dad, help! Come and get Kiana, come and get Kiana. And I woke up that morning, and I felt strength. What's wrong? So I kind of laid back down for a while, and we were on our way to have some fun, and I just laid back down. And then I got up again, and I went to the laundry room. And so then I started ironing my shorts and everything, and I guess that's my very first one, my grandma teacher. And so with that, my parents had to call the doctor and had called the neurologist, and they fixed it right away there. Um,
The journey
they
began.
right they did the EEGs, and my neurologist doctor.
I have a question. One of the things that people oftentimes associate, when you hear the word grandma, the first thing they often think about is somebody, flailing on the floor, or, eyes rolling back in the back of their head, trying to bite the tongue and the whole nine. Now, having a friend who actually, and growing up with someone who's like a sister to me, um, who had epilepsy, when her seizures would come, she would basically go into what was almost trance-like.
Mm-hmm.
She would kind of, there was like very non-responsive, but you could tell she was in there. So if you would just kind of hit a little bit about, it's not always.
Those are what's called petit mal seizures.
Mhm.
There are different types of seizures, and I was actually thinking about doing a sequel to my book because there are different types of seizures. But mine are petit mal. I have petit mals and grand mal.
And so you would have to break it.
Yes, and mine are called generalized and chronic. So that's what they're categorized as. Mine. So with the petit mal seizures, um, you are like kind of staring off into space. You're kind of in a trance. Like for instance, my parents, they could talk to me, and Fiona, did you hear me? Did you hear what I said? I said no, I didn't hear what you said, Mom and Dad. And so then they'll have to repeat it to me again. And I think that was one of the signs that kind of led them to something going on. And when you're in a petit mal seizure, make sure first I'll cover this. When you're in a petit mal seizure as the person, you do lose consciousness. You're not focused. And that's why you're not hearing what someone else is saying to you. And you might catch part of the conversation, but you're not going to catch all. So that's why it's so important when you're talking to them, to make sure that they're engaged and that they are understanding what you're saying. Because you literally sat there and worked the part out.
And then we got heard a word.
And we probably had about anywhere from 2 to 3
Yeah, and see, with my girlfriend, hers was she would respond to certain voices. All like if certain like if a random from the church would come up, like say if she had one at church and someone was they recognized what was going on. Okay, can we go ahead and because as she got older she started to recognize the symptoms before they hit. But then when she was younger, it was like there were those specific voices that could kind of eventually penetrate through enough to do like you just said for the engagement.
Correct. And what that is called aura.
Okay.
Aura is a sensation that feel and that's when I pick up my phone and I start calling my family, my friends to come and get me. Because once I get into a deep aura, then I'm going to go into what's called my trance. There's points as to where in my aura in the beginning, I'm still conscious. I'm still there. But if I get further and further in my aura,
And that's the medical professionals are mandatory. You might as well say it that way.
Yes. You do need to call the EMS. It is important to call the EMS. I'm used to it, and I don't want to say this because it racks up a bill.
You get sick of being sick. I get it.
It racks up a bill every time you call the EMS. So it's kind of like starting to handle it now. If something serious happened, like I burnt myself or I was cooking or something like that, I burnt myself, then okay, let's take it off. Yes. But for most of it, it's just about if I go into my grandma's teacher, just lay me on the floor and letting me have my teacher all the way. Make sure there's a pillow, a blanket, type of soft there to cushion my head. Don't ever put anything in my head.
Thank you.
Never.
Thank you.
Because it was said and stated, before, we put a spoon in my mouth. No,
Don't do that.
Don't ever do that. Lay it on the side. Okay, that way we don't swallow our tongue. That way our saliva kind of drips out of our mouth as to where we're not choking.
Okay, we may need to speak up a little bit, ladies.
Okay.
Are we okay for everyone else, or do we need to try to make some adjustments? Just let us know. But anyway, we'll go ahead and what we're gonna do is we're gonna introduce you all to Cassie. This is Cassie, and she is a 7-year-old, and she has epilepsy. So I'm gonna let Miss Fiona talk a little bit more about her book and introduce her book to all of us.
Okay. My book is called I Have Epilepsy, and it is written by me, Fiona Cox. And my character's name is Cassie, and she is a 7-year-old child. And I wrote it for children because I want children and just adults, but anybody, to be aware of epilepsy. Epilepsy, I felt like, is not talked about. No, it is hidden, and there needs to be an awareness about epilepsy. So I wrote it in children's format because I wanted to start from on us to educate about it.
That was a great idea. Because if the child, and I hate to say it this way, but if we can make it so a child can understand it,
Right.
then us adults can
Right.
better understand.
That's right.
Because we have our preconceived notions.
That's right. And a lot of times our children are around us.
Right.
So we need to teach them how to call 911. We need to teach them how to handle an epilepsy. I have a 10-year-old nephew, and he read it. And I said, so now would you know what to do for TT? Like, yes. So that's my
Okay, now where can we find your book?
So my book is on Amazon.com, or it is on Barnes and Nobles. You can also get it off iTunes or Play Store as well, and you can download it.
Okay.
So and it's $13.95.
Okay, so it is both in electronic format and it is in the actual hard copy format.
Alora wants to.
Yay!
Thank you, Alora.
Yeah.
I hope you enjoy it.
Yeah, that is absolutely wonderful.
With my book, it definitely comes from the heart.
Yeah.
From my hoodies, because of the little balls that we used to wear back in the
Girl, yes, we
day,
were
to
too
the
cute.
white girls,
Mhm.
yes, to yellow being another one of my favorite colors, but for blue and white,
Of course.
see by my sorors is my favorite color, and I love butterflies, and my favorite number is 3. And in terms of my book, my bike, I had an orange bike when I was growing up, and everything in my book was how my first teacher was. Yes, it happened in the laundry room. You know, was speaking to the neurologist, and the color of my house back in the day to address. But kind of switched a little bit around in terms of that, but that was one of my addresses. And just having that foundation of my parents, my family.
Okay, so y'all not gonna turn me into a punk. I said I was gonna be strong today.
Listen.
Y'all are not gonna turn around and
So,
have me all
I'm
sassy.
gonna tell you.
We
I
appreciate your
know my cousins. We come from a long line of strong. This is one of them topics. I don't know why you was in a bit. Anywho, we went to school together. We went to school together. And I can remember being in my room, locked out, and them banging on my. We don't know. This woman lives 4 doors over. We don't. And I remember running. I don't think I had on shoes.
It
It didn't matter.
It didn't matter.
It didn't matter. They knew enough to contact me. And I remember her. She said, "Oh, good, you're here. I'll be okay." And so I was just there with her. She said, "Oh, good, you're here. I'll be okay." And I'm just like, and so I think that was one of my first. Although she educated me ahead of time.
And that was going to
do that.
segue into my
She
next question, my
educated
next statement.
me ahead of time. When we realized that we were going to be, she educated me.
And that was,
And that, I think, so even I think, and then just friends that people that we know. I had one of my best friends, Rachel. She suffers from it as well. No, I repeat, she doesn't suffer from it. She lives with it. She lives. That lady don't nothing stop her. She lives with it. But I think that I know for me, having that peace, having that education, having that knowledge beforehand. And so I think, um, even with the things that I've shared with you, and I just, it's not out there. It's not talked about. It's not. It's not.
This is not gonna be a one time hit it and quit it topic.
No, not at all.
Yeah,
Not at
and
all.
because I was going to like NCT kind of segued into, like I said, what I was gonna talk to you about next, about the importance of letting the people around you
And I
know.
do.
At least now you don't have to tell the world your
Right.
business,
Mhm.
but at least have that one or two people on the job, or if you're gonna be in a certain setting, like if you go off to school, where you know that, okay, this is my, because he will tell you, I used to, because of certain health issues, I have, even now, I have a list of my doctors, I have a list of my medications. She knows all of that stuff. My husband, Kayana has access to it. Everybody, even my pastor in the nurses station, the head nurse at our church, because I'm a cardiac patient, I have Graves' disease. So it's like I have a lot of different things going on. So when certain things take place, I need you to know, hey, this is what happens, especially if my husband's at work.
And the only people that I really tell are people who are
Mm-hmm.
they're
Yeah, they didn't know in college. They didn't know what was wrong with it. They were just like, hey.
there's so many
She said,
people
come get you.
that did not know. And I purposely did not tell people because of protection, I guess, in a way,
Mm-hmm.
fear and a protection.
Yeah, because people don't always they respond to you differently.
Yes.
When they're dealing with something they don't know about and don't understand.
Exactly.
And that's why this book is so important.
Yes. I want to get back to a point that I was going to make, and that's the reason why my parents raised me the way that they raised me. My parents did not raise me to have what's called learning. And said the doctor was telling her, no, I'm not going to be able to do that. No, I'm not going to be able to drive a car. No, I'm not going to be able to do this. I'm not going to be able to do that. And that's what the rest of my the things that I
They said
did,
that you weren't going to be able to do.
and I'm very thankful and grateful for raising me
Yes.
to be a strong, independent woman,
Right.
and to be able to do all the things that I do.
Yes. And that, look, and it's so funny that you said that, because that was the same thing. That was the same spiel that my girlfriend's parents got. It was like, if you have any type of neurological situation going on, then it's like you're not going to be able to live life. It's like, in what world?
Exactly.
And I am grateful and thankful to your parents, because your story of this is how it really is. This is how it can be. This is how, this is it.
Don't teach your child to learn helplessness and that they can't do this and that they can't do that. Because I consider myself as
Then you handicap.
exactly, and that's what my mom said. You handicap them, you tell them that, oh, I can't do this, so I'm just gonna sit here. Why can't do that? Oh, I'm just
And then that's where the depression sets in.
Yes.
That's where all of the other,
Yes.
it's just like a cycle.
and trust me when I say I've experienced a lot of depression. A lot of depression. I have had very hurtful things said to me
Some people that
in earshot to my face. I was 13 years old.
hormones are just now starting to raise crazy.
And finding out that I had epilepsy and learning how to deal with epilepsy, I still wanted to go to McDonald's and Taco Bell and all these places to eat with my friends and hang out with my friends. And my medicine and being torn in my body, I gained a lot of weight. I was a cheerleader in seventh grade. I was like this big. I was teeny tiny, you know. And then the summer of my eighth grade year, came back and I blew up, gained a lot of weight, and just the things that were said to me about me and my weight. I have very good ears for performance. And the other thing is, ask someone if they're healthy. Ask them about their health. But as children, teenagers, kids are cruel.
Mm.
They are cruel. And that is what I experienced. And I would go home to my mom, my dad, and my mom told me, she said, don't let those people's negative opinions of you become your enemy. I heard it all, and then my dad said, the race was always so
Yep.
and I always kept those in my
Okay.
and they made me.
So was the weight gain and a part of what led you into the dietary aspect of your journey?
Yes. So I had pledged my sorority. I love my sorority, B5B. And so then that summer, let's see, I called my mom junior year, and I told her, I said, Mom, I'm going to come home. I'm going to lose weight. I'm going to have to lay on the floor and cry. I'm going to come home. I'm going to lose weight. By the time that summer was over, and for me to go to school, I had to go up senior year, which is college, I lost 30 pounds. And that started my journey. I went to Weight Watchers that summer, and it started my journey. I was ready. I had to be ready. And that's the thing about weight loss as well. You have to be ready. You know, and just the pain that I went through. Of what people said and the things that they said about me. People are very, very stuck on weight. Very, very stuck on weight. And so that's what happened. And so that started my journey. And I went to the gym and I worked out and I just I kept it going. And I lost 45, 50 pounds and I picked up 25 years ago. And going to the gym, that's my family. That is my family. As my mother told me, she said, you work out.
That's your therapist. Look, that is your therapist's couch.
Yes.
See, when I was going to the gym more back in the day, that was the place that when that person that really upset me at work, yeah, see, when I would, and then I would just sometimes let the weight just kind of come down extra hard. It's like, yeah, see, your neck was right there, or your skull was like right there. You know, it's like, or if you punching, then it's like,
I missed that.
You had to figure out how to channel it. I had to figure out how to channel my pain, and I had to start taking care of myself. Taking care of myself.
So professionally, do you offer your, your services as a nutritionist? You know, do you do that professionally?
Yes.
As well? Okay.
Yes, I do own my own business.
Okay, excellent.
And it's called Key Ingredients.
Okay.
And it's the one in Indiana. Because there are other ones, but it's the one in Indiana.
Okay. Do you have a website?
Key Ingredients is on. If you Google it, it's there. But I'm still working on on building it.
Okay.
And so I do meal plans.
Are you on Facebook or social media or
I
any
am
of
on.
that?
I am on Facebook. In
Okay.
turn.
I'm the same.
Oh. um, in terms of I mean, just me personally being on Facebook, but I'm still working because it's still kind of fresh. It's been about a year and a half in terms of business.
Your page. Okay.
Yes. So I
Okay,
am
well,
I am working on that.
It's a business page.
Yes.
Okay, well, I'll wait.
And I do plans, and I have worked with what's called the HEAL program, healthy eating, active living, and in terms of doing cooking shows and demonstrations and recipes and yes, and now I get a new job.
I saw
Where
that. Congratulations. I
thank you,
saw that.
President.
Yes, yes.
That's where I'll be out in the community and just working with individuals. It's not cancer, but any type of chronic disease. Working with them in types of, in terms of food management, massages, different things like that. So, and it's just a lifestyle. It is a lifestyle change that you have to be stressed, eat right. There are places that I want to go with my friends. In order for me, I have to do things that I do.
I will understand that even now. Even now. Even now. So, and I have epilepsy. I love the colors. I'm just gonna do a quick flip so you all can see. Yes, like right. I'm just gonna show you all just some of the. I mean, it's very colorful. Something that will definitely keep the attention up. Now, see, this is some of like the educational pieces of it. You know, her with her yellow.
Me getting my walk, my
Yes.
exercise.
You know, those right.
Yeah.
Those are the pieces that, you know, as someone who has, you know, the younger nieces and nephews and things of that nature, it's like I've noticed that the when you give them books that are colorful, they tend to pay closer attention to the actual content
That part.
of the book.
Yes.
Over and above having a book with a great story, but then they really don't have the pictures and the engaging images.
Right. I like to thank my book company, Fulton Books, for publishing my first book, and I do have more on the way.
Yeah.
So yes, but this one is definitely to educate children. And I do have a platform called Love the Lavender. That's where promote and because this is a very dark disability. It's a brain disorder. And epilepsy is having more electricity in your brain than the average normal person. More, and it triggers the nerve. It triggers and honestly, I was in a car accident. That's where we think that it came from. But as a child, I also had diabetes. And then back then, not knowing, my mom and pulled back. I pulled back and break my feet.
Right. Because that's
That was what
do.
That's the way it worked back then.
That's right.
Yeah.
And but yeah, we
Well, it's kind of, you know, and somebody else. And like I tell my brother all the time, when we talk about life and, and I tell him and sometimes I'm ministering to myself when I say it doesn't always feel good, but it's for the good. A lot of things we endure don't feel good, but they are for the good. And it may not just be for our good, but it may be for the good of someone who's paying attention to us that we don't even know.
Absolutely.
Or somebody that's going to just, because it's going to be in a doctor's office somewhere on one of the tables, and they're going to pick it up and it's going to be like, oh, you know what? That might I'm going to take my child and have my child checked. Or I'm going to mention to Auntie Sue over here to go have, Cousin Jane checked out because Cousin Jane is dealing with some things, and it's like, yeah, okay, this person is watching television or playing these games, and it's like all of a sudden certain things start happening, or just you know light flat. Oh, it's like, oh,
Yes.
can't do it,
Right.
can't,
Exactly.
So I'm gonna, so your journey was to help somebody else.
Because,
Absolutely.
like I said, there's a lot of there's epileptic, and I found on Facebook and I've seen epileptic that because the hospital doesn't know that there
It is so.
we would think that it would be a new world.
Right,
It would be a different world.
right,
That's where they may be
right.
they may be they may be able to do the things that they want to do. They want to they can accomplish things. I've always wanted to be a children
And guess what?
Yep. Absolutely.
court.
That's awesome. But I was going to
Absolutely.
say to you, that triggered the conversation about how what you what you eat affects your epilepsy.
Yes, because there is the keto diet out there. And the keto was way back when I was a child, and I know that there's other segments to the keto diet as well now. But me, I just work out. I eat right. Your portion sizes, okay. Make sure you eat a balance. I believe in balance, okay. Some people do the Mediterranean, some people do the keto, some people just do different diets. I believe in the balance, having your protein, okay, your carbohydrates, your fruit, your vegetables, your dairy. All of that is important. And just talk with your doctor in terms of which diet you think is good for you, which diet is best for you. But I just believe in a balanced diet. And drink your water. Your body is made up of 75% water. Water is a nutrient. Water is important. Your organs need water.
And my late night bathroom trips, they tell the story. They tell the story
Yes.
of all of the intake during the day.
Yes, ma'am.
And it's just like, but I can definitely tell the difference when I drink it versus when I,
It hydrates you.
yeah,
I mean, with us wearing
inside
our
out.
masks right now, I drink my water, but I'm still dehydrated. So now it's like we need to consume even more than what we consumed before. And technically, drinking half of your body weight in water is what you're supposed to do. 64 ounces of water.
So
them easy. I'm like, we done
I drink, bottles and bottles and bottles throughout the day and night. And I make it a point to drink a full bottle of water before I drink my coffee because I need that life-saving elixir.
Yes.
And then, or even before I drink tea, even if I forego the coffee on, a day or two or what have you, I make sure I drink my water.
That's right.
First thing.
Tea is diuretic.
That's
so
also.
You want to go to the bathroom anyway. So you want to make sure.
And see, with me being a cardiac patient, I need to keep that water flowing. Definitely. So it's like as much as I intake, I'm output.
Yes, and especially like for diabetics as well, because they need the potassium and magnesium because they're losing it. They're losing it as much as they urinate. They're losing it and locking up. They're having problems with it. So yes, definitely need at least half your body weight. With us wearing our masks now, we need to do more.
Okay.
Certain somebody.
And then for the other chronic disease, high blood pressure, DASH. The DASH diet care for.
I'm just gonna take that one part, and I'm just gonna take it up to this one little section right here about water, and I'm just gonna put it on repeat. Just put it on repeat. Yes, water, and water. But what I'm going to do is, first I'm gonna say thank you for making the trip down. But then I was also going to say, is there anything in particular that you would like to? Yeah, I know. It's a few minutes before the hour, but y'all did all right this time. It's a special segment, so we can go 15 minutes or we can go 15 hours. So now, she'll be doing the 15 hours. But is there anything that you would want to leave with our viewers and those that are going to catch the replay, as it relates to things to look for? If you are currently, or your child or someone that currently deals with epilepsy, any type of dietary suggestions, because I know it's a case by case basis. But, like just overall, in addition to making sure that you drink your water, are there any other things that you would suggest?
Don't teach your children learn helplessness. If they want to try something and they want to do something, allow them, let them. And then if they come back and tell you, Mommy and Daddy, I don't feel good, then kind of center it around that. Okay, well maybe that's not a good activity for her to do, but do not stop. Live life. God is good. Okay, first and foremost.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am. And portion size. Balanced diet, like I said, portion sizes. 3 ounces of protein every meal. Carbohydrates. Yes. So, like for instance, breakfast would be an egg. 2 pieces of low carb bread. Some fruit. Banana counts for 2 fruits. Okay, so be mindful of that. But yeah, have some fruit.
Can plantain a substitute for banana?
I mean, I wouldn't.
I'm really not a big banana fan.
And it's okay because some people are texture people. So
it's not the texture. I'll eat a banana, but
I like. So it's okay. So just find some fruit that.
So, because I was looking at it from a nutritional standpoint, this they like first cousins. I was like, okay.
No.
Can I sub it for the banana? Not that I would make a plantain pudding because I would have to have banana pudding, but
there are no forbidden foods. So if it's something that you can try, find a recipe that you might like
I do like banana bread.
and
I do like banana bread.
portion, but
But see, I don't have look. Trust me, when I bake fresh banana bread, my portions are very limited because I don't ever hardly get any. I get to smell it while it's baking. But the rest of the house takes care of it. Yeah, the rest of the house takes care of it.
Three of us be in the kitchen fighting.
So it's like my portion control is real good when it comes down to the banana bread.
And that's another thing. Moderation. Like I said, there's not a forbidden food. Friday night, if that's your cheat night, go for it. Saturday night, that's your cheat night, go for it. Have a cheat night in there. So make sure you work out. 30 minutes, 150 hours a week. Okay, for adults. Children need all that's happening and going on and get proper rest. Take your medicine.
Well, this is just look. This is just a sample and a segue into some greater things that are going to be happening, and hopefully a wonderful partnership with her and her business that we'll talk more about. Off the grid, but because nutrition is made, and that is something that you hear a lot about, and I'm very blunt, as you know, from me watching stuff. But it's rare that we find Black nutritionists that can help us address the things that are going on within our bodies. We are alkalinized, melanated individuals. So what the FDA might say works across the board may not be the best thing for us.
That's right.
It may not be. And that is the piece of the puzzle that so many of us miss. And that is the piece of the puzzle that, I'm thankful that you are a part of the This Thing family. And we are trying to tap more into our This Thing family so that what we have to offer as an overall family, we can help other people with it. So just be on the lookout for key ingredients.
Absolutely.
Thank you so much. And hopefully, I'll start working on my next book probably maybe January. Okay. And my next book hopefully will be out in here.
Yay! And it'll also be in the different doctor's offices next to this one. Pretty soon you can just get the whole set.
In the doctor's office.
My next one will be all my books are separate topics.
Okay.
So, but I am still thinking about them.
So now I want to say to you, it's opposite sides of the family, it's still the same family. I have another cousin who is a neuro-oncologist. And she said she would be very much interested in helping the Black. She is the first Black neuro-oncologist in the United States.
Congratulations.
Absolutely. Doing great, great things.
She definitely is. And her foundation is called Elevate Net. But she said that she
networking. I love it. So we appreciate those of you that were able to tune in. I'm sorry that you all had some choppiness going on. We did have a major downpour that happened right around the time that you all mentioned the choppiness. I'm surprised you all didn't hear, here trying to come into the building. But we appreciate you all tuning in, and hopefully on YouTube it wasn't as bad because Facebook is crazy. So it'll act ignorant just because it wants to act ignorant.
It ain't even gotta be the weather.
Right, right. It does not have to be the weather. So we want to say thank you so
Thank
much
you.
for
Yes.
making the trip to be here on site with us.
Yes.
And we appreciate that, and we pray for your traveling grace back home. And guess what, y'all? She brought Dad with her. Just say hey.
Hey!
So that was Dad, everyone.
So y'all don't even understand what it means for me to have like this trip
in the house. Yes, yes.
And I have to give out to shout out because he is a true alpha to his part, 8x8.
Yes.
I got a feeling.
So we thank you all for tuning in, and we thank you for your continued support. You never know, you might see something pop up because I got something burning my bridges as far as the topic that I have just really, really wanted to hit, and it's been magnified with a lot of recent posts. I'll just say it that way. So we're gonna pray about that thing because I think I just need a therapeutic session with you all on this thing called life. So
y'all, if she talking about what I think she talking about, y'all better hold on to your hats, honey. Ooh wee.
So blessings to each of you, and we will talk to you, and we will see you all again soon on this